Thank you very much, Mlungisi. I'd like to greet everyone who's following and tuning in with your channel. Today I'm going to share a story of a young man, which I find so profound. This young man was having a problem of anger. This young man was having a problem of controlling his bitterness. So it came to a point, because his parents were not happy with the way this young man used to react when he was in possession of anger, when he was being in a state of resentment. So his father called this young man and they sat down. His father told this young man, he said, "My son, I'm not happy with the way you react when you are angry. I'm not happy with the way you talk to people when you are in possession of anger. I don't like the way you express your bitterness." And the son could see that his father was not happy. This thing of his anger and bitterness and not being able to manage his temper was actually unpleasant to his father. So Mluda, this father came up with a plan. A very constructive plan on how they can defeat, this thing of this young man not being able to control his anger. So his father said to his son, "My son, I'm going to give you a box. This box is full of nails. And I'm going to give you this box and hammer. I want you every time when you are angry and when you can't control, to each and every time when you can't control your anger and you lose your anger in a way that you hurt people, I want you to take out a nail and you hammer it on a wall, on a fence. Every time you lose your anger, you take one a nail, you hammer it on the wall. Every time you lose your anger, you take one nail, you hammer it on the wall. Every time you lose your anger, you take one nail and hammer it on the wall." Remember, I'm referring to the fence of, the fence, the household fence. So, indeed, this young man did as instructed. Did as instructed. Every time he was infuriated, every time the resentment came, this young man loses his temper. He would take one nail and hammer it on the fence. Every time he loses his anger, he take one nail and hammer it on the wall. Every time he loses anger, he take one nail and hammer it on the fence. It was a job not easy to be done, Mluda. You see, when now you are being assigned to a task of doing something, and this task will, at the end, this task will eventually assist you in a certain way, but you don't see, because this boy didn't know the intentions of his father. So the process went on and on. This boy has been doing as instructed. So every time he loses his anger, I take one nail and hammer it on the wall. And it was not easy on this young man. It was not easy. So he continued the process. The process continued until a stage where his father called him again and said, "Sonny, are you happy with the process?" His son said, "No, Dad, I'm not. No, Dad, I'm not. I'm not happy with the whole process of hammering the fence. I'm not happy." So this boy saw this as a duty. It was a duty that was not easy. Every time, because this boy was losing his temper like once and again, maybe 10 times in a day. And he used to hurt people, he used to hurt his friends, he used to hurt his parents, he used to hurt, a lot of, surroundings. And it was not easy, young man. Lord, I'm telling you, man, it was not easy. It was not easy because because the process was somehow tiring. So, there came a stage where now the boy began to see that, no, what I'm doing is wrong. The boy began to realize, because he was hurting people, he was hurting his parents, he was actually hurting everyone who was around him by not being able to control his anger. So Mluda, the fence was full of nails now. So his father called to him and said, "Sonny, can you see that the wall now is full of nails?" The boy said, "Yes, Dad, I can see." "Sonny, this is the amount of anger you have in your heart. This is the amount of retaliating situations you had on people. Yeah. This is the amount of hurt you did to people. Yeah. Sunny, I'm not happy with the way you control your Anna. Sunny, I'm assigning a new duty to you. Every time you lose your Anna, I want you to pull out one nail and you put it back to the box. Every time you lose your Anna, you pull out one nail on the fence, you put it back to that box. Every time, you are actually now reversing the process. Yeah. And this boy was being frustrated, man. This boy was not getting the whole idea of his father. Because now the process is getting deeper and you know, the duty is becoming harder for the boy. It becomes difficult. It is difficult to pull out a nail from, the fence. Yeah. So, the boy did as the instructions of his father. Every time he loses his temper, he would go and pull out one nail. Every time he loses his Anna, he would go and pull out one nail. And the other day, the boy came to his father. He was not called. He came to his father and said, "Daddy, I'm now tired of the whole process. I've now come to realize that I'm hurting people. I've saw the abundant amount of pain I've caused to people. The reflection on the fence, taught me that no, I must now begin to control. I must now begin to have a way of managing this Anna, because I can see that I'm hurting people. Because I can see that it is unpleasant to you. I'm not doing it for you, Daddy. I'm not doing it for Mom, Daddy. I'm not doing it for my friends, but I'm doing it for myself. Because I can see I'm the one who's struggling here to hammer the what we call the nails on the fence. I'm the one now who's responsible to reverse the process. It is my, I need now more fortitude and power to take out the nails that I was actually responsible for nailing them on the fence." Yeah. So, his daddy said, "Yes, son. That's, you are getting where I was pushing you to. You are now realizing that you are hurting people. I want you to change. So now every time you have wronged someone, you go and pull one nail on the fence. Every time, you are actually reversing the process." And the boy said, yes, daddy, but I'm going to change now." So, the situations where the boy used to retaliate, it became limited, because he was learning now to control his Anna. He was learning to treat people as way, even when he was in situations of resentment, even when he was in situations of anger. He used to think of the other person. He used to think of the other people. Yeah, so, the process went on and on. The boy used to. But now these situations were now limited. They were now limited because the boy was limiting himself. He has realized that he is hurting people, and that is actually changing him and transforming to be a better person. Right. So, this young man, there was this day, he called his father. He said, "Father, can you please count all of these nails?" His father counted. 1, 2, 3, up until 52. "Yes, I can see, son, you have 52 nails on the fence." Okay, so this young man said to his father, "No, Daddy, I want you to come back tomorrow and count how many nails are left on the wall." His father said, "Okay, I'll do that." So this young man had almost 10 situations where he should have retaliated. He should have expressed his Anna as he used to. Right. And only to find that he only lost his Anna once. He didn't be able to control his Anna in only one situation out of 10 situations, and he pulled one nail. And then the following day he called his father, and his father counted the nails on the wall, and the nails were 51. There were 51, and his father smiled and said, "My boy, you are now improving, eh? Can you see, Lungi, how transformed, how changed, how altered the boy is now?" Yeah. His father was very happy because the boy has now improved. The boy was able to manage his temper and his anger. The boy used to think now of how the other person will react if I do that, how the other person will react if I do that, even if he was in the midst of his anger. Right. So, his father was very happy now. He was very happy, and then his father said, "Okay, young man, I can see you've improved now. I can see that you can control your anger. So let's do this. Let's take out all of these nails on the wall. Let's take them out and put them back on the box. Let's take them and put them back on the box. And indeed, the boy did that with his father. They took they pulled out all the nails on the wall. They put them back on the box. So now his father went to the house and came back with 2 camp chairs. They sat in front of this wall, right? And the father said, "Sonny, I'm very happy with your improvement. I'm very happy now that you can control your anger. But listen, young man. You see, this fence is now full of holes, right? This fence is full of holes now, right? So at the times where you were responding, at the times where you were being controlled of anger, you did people wrong and you broke people's heart, and you went to ask for forgiveness. Some forgive you, some didn't. But let me tell you, Sonny, even if people forgive you, even if you can go and ask for apology and people will forgive you, the scar will always remain. You will hurt people, you will break people's heart, and the scar in the hearts of people will always remain. And the hearts of people will never remain, will never be the same again. You see, this wall was plain. This wall was plastered plainly, and now you can see it is full of holes. It is full of holes, I mean. And now these holes are making this wall, this fence, to look ugly. This wall, this fence is now uglier than before. It was nice before, but now it is uglier due to these holes. The holes of your anger, the holes that reflect, the holes that show that you were angered and you broke the heart of people. Now the heart of that person will no longer be the same. It will no longer go be in the same state again. Young man, my son, listen, the primary message I guess I have for you is that you mustn't take a decision when you are in the midst, in the cloud of anger. You mustn't retaliate. You mustn't retaliate when you are in the midst of anger, when you are in the cloud of anger. You mustn't take any decision. You must cool off. You must try to relax until you feel, that you can now handle the situation better. That's my story, Mlungisi. That's my story.